Hello, and welcome to the level guide for R5E1. Let's get started by talking about loadouts. This level has a stupid crazy high amount of giants in it. It honestly puts C1 to shame. You just want to take secondary weapons that are really good at killing giants, so the Hell Rifle, the Shotgun, and the Sniper Rifle are pretty much your go-to options for this level. Although I honestly don't think the Shotgun is as good as a choice on this level as it is on others, simply because of the amount of giants and the fact that giants like to line up so much, the Hell Rifle with literally no effort required becomes easily 2 or 3 times as efficient as the Shotgun. There's also going to be 3 different surge alarms that you have to do, so your 4th weapon should probably either be a combat shotgun or a machine gun so you can easily deal with those waves. Another thing to note is that there are going to be a lot of scouts in this level, and every single scout wave will only contain giants and nothing else. There is also going to be a lot of hybrids during the first half of the level, so whoever on your team has the sniper rifle needs to be constantly on the lookout for these hybrids so they can take them out quickly. For tools, you're going to want to bring the bio tracker, the mine deployer, the seafoam launcher, and 1 sniper sentry. There isn't a lot of tool refill on this map, so most of the tools should go to the seafoam launcher unless the other 2 tools are empty. Starting off in zone 528, you'll see that your main objective is to make your way to zone 545 and enter in the terminal command KDS Deep Crisis Override. Also, you're going to notice that you start this level at 100% infection. Inside of zone 528 itself, you'll find your security door to zone 529, which is locked by a keycard. You'll also be able to find 2 scouts, along with 2 uses of medkits and 2 uses of ammo kits. Because you start this level at max infection, there's really no reason to stealth kill anything other than the scouts, so once you kill them, you can kind of just run around like a lunatic and melee everything else. Once you get your resources and your keycard, go ahead and do the team scan to enter into zone 529. Inside of zone 529, you'll see that the entire zone is covered in spitters and infectious fog. Because there's so much infectious fog everywhere, you don't really want to try and stealth kill stuff. Pretty much just shoot and pull all of the rooms and melee kill everything as they come out of the security door. Inside of this zone, there's also going to be 2 different security doors. There's going to be your security door to zone 530, as well as your security door to zone 531. Your security door to zone 530 is locked by a cell, so we'll be coming back here later, but your security door to zone 531 is only a team scan. Another very interesting thing about this zone in particular is that it'll always spawn with 3 storage crates, and each of these storage crates will always contain fog repellers. You're going to need these later. Once your team is ready, go ahead and do your team scan to zone 531 and head into that zone. Inside of zone 531, you'll be able to find 2 scouts. You'll also be able to find for resources 4 uses of ammo kits and 1 use of a tool refill kit. There's also going to be your security door to zone 532, and this security door is going to be a class 3 mixed surge alarm. Your floor plan is going to look like this. The enemies will be able to spawn here, here, and here. You only want to seafoam and mine this door, and you want to make sure that these 2 on the left side are saved because you're going to need them later. There are many different places to put your sentry for this alarm, but as long as you're placing it so it shoots enemies as they run through the trench on the eastern side of the room, it doesn't really matter where it goes. Whenever your team is ready, go ahead and pull the alarm door. This mixed alarm is going to be 1 team scan, then 1 cluster scan, and then another team scan. There also tends to be 1 or 2 hybrids that'll spawn during the scan, so your sniper player really needs to be looking out for them. Finish the scan, kill off all the remaining enemies, and get ready to head on into zone 532. Inside of zone 532, you'll be able to find a bunch of giants along with 2 scouts. And for resources, you'll be able to find 4 uses of medkits, 4 uses of ammo kits, 2 uses of tool refill kits, and 2 uses of a disinfect pack. Also inside the zone, you'll find your security door to zone 533. This security door is going to be an error alarm, and it is going to spawn 5 enemies about every minute and 15 seconds, and then there is a high likelihood of 1 and sometimes even 2 of these enemies being hybrids. You will be able to turn off this error alarm on a terminal that is found in zone 530, but you need a cell in order to get into that zone, so we're going to have to grab one first. Inside of Zone 533, you'll be able to find 3 uses of medkits, 3 uses of ammo kits, and 2 uses of a to refill kit. There's also going to be a key card, and you're going to need this key card to do your alarm door to Zone 534. Once you grab this key card, you can pretty much just start the alarm. Your alarm door to Zone 534 will be a Class 3 alarm. The enemies will spawn here, here, and here, and you are going to seafoam and mine this door. Because we need this door for the alarm, one of the first things you should do when you enter into this zone initially is open this door and save it until you're ready to do the alarm. You also want to make sure that your sniper sentry is pointed at this security door so it can kill enemies as they go through it. You can also try and keep the door closed with seafoam throughout the alarm, but keep in mind that if you get split enemy spawns, you may be attacked while you're trying to keep the door closed, and make sure you don't use all of your seafoam because you want to try and save at least 10 to 15 blobs for the surge alarm you're going to need to do in the fog zone. Once you finish the alarm, head on into Zone 534. When you enter into the zone, you're going to notice there's going to be a lot of giants, and for resources, you'll be able to find 6 uses of ammo packs. This is also the zone that is going to have your cell in it, so once you grab the cell, it's time to get out and head back over to the fog zone so you can do your surge alarm. Throw the cell into the generator and then kill the next wave of enemies before you start the alarm. Once you've done this, have everybody run into the room and close and seafoam and mine both the doors that lead into the room and pull your alarm door. Now is the time that you're going to need to be using all those fog repellers that you found. It's helpful to pick these up before you even start the first air alarm and just carry them until this moment. Chuck them randomly around the room so you can dispel most of the fog and do your scans. The enemies are going to be beating on both doors at the same time, so odds are you'll finish 1.5, maybe 2 of the scans before the enemies get into your room. Fighting off the remaining enemies in the fog is a bad idea, so once you finish the scan, just open the door to the security zone and try and run into it. There is going to be anywhere from 2 to 4 giants inside of this next zone, so have somebody with a hell rifle or have your sniper rifle ready to kill them as fast as they can, while everybody else kills the enemies that are still funneling into the room. There is only one terminal in this zone, and it is located right here, so get onto the terminal and type in the command deactivate_alarms to turn off the error alarm. Once the alarm is turned off, kill all the remaining enemies, and you will finally have some breathing room. Inside of this zone, you'll be able to find 12 uses of medkits, 4 uses of ammo kits, and 2 uses of to refill kits. There is also going to be a disinfect station, but this disinfect station is located inside of the fog because the devs are assholes. Once you've gotten all your resources, you can head back over to Zone 533 and do your team scan to enter into Zone 535. Whenever you're ready, head on into that zone. Inside of Zone 535, there will be a ton of enemies, including giants and sleeping babies, and there's also going to be 2 mothers in this zone, so you need to be very, very careful to not set it off. There are no resources in this zone, so all you have to do is stealthily make your way to the back of the zone and do your team scan to Zone 536. Zone 536 is going to have a charger scout and a tank inside of it, and all of the enemies are going to be chargers and big chargers. Make sure you seafoam the charger scout when it's in a good spot so you can easily deal with it and continue onwards through the zone. Inside of this zone, you're going to be able to find 3 uses of medkits and 3 uses of disinfect packs, and there's also going to be your security door to Zone 537. This security door is going to be a Class 3 stealth scan, and this is still a very high threat zone, so do your best not to set off the rooms. Once you finish the stealth scan, head on into Zone 537. Inside of Zone 537, you'll be able to find a bunch of giants and 4 scouts. For resources, you'll be able to find 8 uses of medkits, 20 uses of ammo kits, and 7 uses of to refill kits. You'll also be able to find your security doors to Zones 538, 539, 542, and 543. This next part isn't really part of the guide, but it's going to save your sanity. The terminal in this zone is annoying as all hell, and it never shuts the fuck up until you actually listen to the audio file and then turn it off. Otherwise, it's just going to be playing this really annoying audio bite on loop forever. Once you've gotten your resources and silenced the terminal's infernal screaming, you can start your alarm door to Zone 538. This is going to be another air alarm, and it is going to spawn 6 chargers about every 45 seconds. Inside of Zone 538, there is going to be no resources, and there is going to be a small handful of chargers and big chargers. There's also going to be some around 15 different storage containers, and only one of these is going to have a keycard in it that you're going to need to open your security door to zone 539. Open all the crates as fast as you can until you find the key, and once you find it, head on over to your security door to zone 539. This door is only a team scan and they can head on into the zone, but much like the previous error alarm, there is a security door that you have to do a scan for that is inside of infectious fog. So it's good to have everybody carrying fog repellers before you even start this error alarm so you're ready for this scan. This is going to be a class 4 mixed charger alarm, and there is only one door the enemies will break down to get into the room, and it's the same one that you entered the room from. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and fully seafoam and mine that door and pull the alarm. Because there's only one door the enemies will go through, you definitely want your seafoam player to keep that door closed for as long as they can. They're not going to need any seafoam for a while after this, so they don't need to worry about trying to save any. Keep in mind that this is a mixed scan, so the last scan is going to be an S1 scan, so you need to make sure that player runs back in time to do the scan so you're not wasting any time. Once you finish the alarm, head on into zone 540. Zone 540 is going to have a few small handfuls of chargers and big chargers, and in the far back of the zone there's going to be 3 different terminals. One of them is going to be the terminal that you need in order to turn off your alarm. All 3 terminals are in the last room of the zone and they are located here. Once you finish this alarm, you're going to have a little bit of breathing room again. For resources in this zone, you'll be able to find 3 uses of medkits and 2 uses of ammo kits. Also, you'll be able to find a fog turbine in both zone 539 and in zone 540. You may have noticed that there is a security door to zone 541 in this zone. This is what your floor plan is going to look like for it. It is going to be a class 5 mixed shadow alarm, and the enemies will be able to spawn here, and you want to leave this door open so the enemies will funnel through it. Have one person hold up by this door and aim down this sight line, and you can funnel most of the enemies this way, and if you have a hell rifle or a machine gun, you can kill them pretty easily. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pull the alarm door and do the scans. Because these are all shadows, whoever has the bio tracker needs to be constantly pinging enemies so your team knows where they are. Once you finish the scan, get ready to head on into zone 541. Inside of zone 541, you will see that every single enemy is going to be a shadow, and you're also going to be able to find 6 shadow scouts. This zone is also covered in infectious fog and is entirely pitch black. For resources, you'll be able to find 6 uses of medkits, 4 uses of ammo kits, 2 uses of to refill kits, and 11 uses of a disinfect pack. You'll also be able to find a keycard in this zone, which you will need to unlock your blood door to zone 542. Be very careful when clearing out the shadow scouts in this zone, because setting off 1 or 2 of them is most likely going to end your run then and there. Once you've gotten your key, you can leave and head back to zone 537, so you can prepare to do your blood door to zone 542. Your blood door to zone 542 is going to start your 3rd and final error alarm for this level. This error alarm is going to spawn 6 giants every 40 seconds, and behind the blood door itself there's going to be a bunch of big chargers as well as a tank. Inside of zone 542 there is going to be 13 uses of ammo kits and 2 uses of to refill kits. There's also going to be a cell, and you're going to need this cell to unlock your security door to zone 543. Once you clear out the blood door, have everybody run into the zone and have one person hold in the first room with the sniper sentry, and have everybody else looking for resources and the cell. Once you get the cell, have everybody run over to zone 543's alarm door, close and seafoam the door behind you and put 2 mines on it so you can help deal with the giants better, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and pull the alarm door. This is going to be a class 5 mixed big guy alarm, and you want to try and have your seafoam player keep the door closed for a good amount of time, but they need to save some tool. There's going to be 4 doors that they need to seafoam in the next room, and there are only going to be 2 uses of tool in that zone, so make sure they have at least 40 blobs, including the 2 from the next zone. One important thing to note about this alarm is that if you are not at the enemy spawn cap, the enemies will have a chance to spawn through the open security door to zone 539, which is in the same room as you, so it might be good to place your sentry facing that door just so you can help deal with any enemies if they happen to spawn there. Once you finish the alarm, head on into zone 543. Inside of this zone, you'll be able to find a few handfuls of enemies, and for resources, you will find 6 uses of medkits, 14 uses of ammo kits, and 2 uses of to refill kits. Another thing about this zone is that there will always be 2 C-foam items that'll spawn inside of it, being either trip mines or grenades. Finally, you will see your warden door to zone 544. This warden door is going to be a class 4 S1 surge alarm, and this will be your final alarm for this level. Your floor plan will look like this. The enemies will be able to spawn here, here, and here, and they will break down these 4 doors to get into your room, so make sure all of them are C-foamed and trip mined. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pull the alarm door and complete the scans. Once the enemies start beating on the main door that leads into your room, you can have somebody with a C-foam grenade or have your player with the C-foam launcher run up to the door and try and re-foam it again before they go back to the scans. This is the final alarm, and it is a surge alarm, so you really want to make sure that nothing gets into your room until they absolutely have to. Once you finish the scan, get that warden door open as fast as possible. The zone behind it is just one singular hallway with a terminal at the very end of it, and this is the terminal that you're going to turn off your final error alarm with. Once you turn off this error alarm, clear out all of the enemies that are remaining, and do your team scan into zone 545. Once you're into this zone, go ahead and go into the terminal and type in the command KDS Deep Crisis Override and do the team scan. This will open up your extraction and clear some of the fog through this room. Take in the scenery because this room looks amazing. Whenever your team is ready, complete the extraction scan and you will have finally beaten Rundown 5. Due to the nature of RNG, enemy and resource numbers may be off by plus or minus 1, but for the most part they should be what I show here. Outside of that, that's all I've got. Leave a comment if you think I missed something. You guys have fun.